Hello, this is Barry. You're watching Barry and the PI. It just had a real good rain, pretty hard, lots of thunder, but now it's over, I think. Well, I hope. So we'll get this video done. Today, I want to talk to you about my first job at age 13. Yes, it was a legal job, sanctioned by the state of Texas. One morning I was about 13 years old, 12 or 13, and I was in junior high school. And one Monday morning, my father woke me up early, told me, Barry, go get your shower and put on your suit. I only had one suit, and I only wore it to go to church on Sundays. So I got up and showered and put my suit on, and my dad said, okay, let's go. So where are we going? He said, to the Capitol building. Well, first we stopped off at Piccadilly Cafeteria downtown and had breakfast. And then he took me up to the Capitol building, went to the Sergeant at Arms office, and I went and talked to the Sergeant at Arms, and he came on out, met me, and I was a Paige Boy for the House of Representatives at the state capitol in Austin. That required that I go to school and have them send me prepare all the homework and stuff, all the exercises they were going to do while I was at work. But I didn't have to go to school. That was great. And so I started working there. They taught me how to do it. And essentially, you do stuff, do errands for members of the house, and that includes getting coffee, buying them a sandwich, getting them a sandwich, or whatever they needed, or take stuff to other places. So I started there, and this was about 1953 or 54 or something like that. So I was a young kid, and so I started doing it, and when my turn would come up to go and see what they want, they click a little light on their desk and lights up where we are, and the next person up goes and sees what they need. So after working for a while, I kind of liked some of the people, some of the members better than others, mainly because the ones that I always tipped gave me a little extra money. I usually liked them. And there was one particular guy, I think it's about his first term in office, from Hillsboro, Texas. His name was Bob Bullock. And I went and did something for him. I got him some coffee or something. He said, hey, Barry, is it okay if I need you, I just call you over here without hitting the button? Sure, just let me know. And so I got in good with Bob Bullock, who, hey, might shut those dogs up. Uh, Bob Bullock ended up being the most powerful man in Texas. But anyway, so after a while he called me over one time and said, grab another page and I want you to go down to the transportation office and get some maps. They'll have it there. Just take you a cart to carry them. And so we did. Now, the way we got around, underneath the capital of Texas are tunnels. And they lead to, one goes to the governor's mansion. Some of them go to different state offices in downtown Austin at that time. And so I've had to learn all the tunnel areas, where to go and stuff. And so that's how we got around. Didn't have to stop for red lights or anything like that. And so me and another Paige, we went, took the cart over to the transportation office, which is a couple of blocks down from there, from the Capitol. And I got these boxes of the state map, official highway department state map of Texas, highway map, and brought them back to Mississippi at the Representative Bullock's office. And we had to stay there and spent the day stamping those with Bob Bullock's name and all that. That was a cool idea. You know, this guy's a good politician. And so he sent those maps to every member of his constituency in his district. So I knew this guy was going to be something. He was going to go places. And he liked me, so he would just call me. I'd be the only one he'd use. And he always tipped me good, too. And that's why I liked him. And he was a real nice guy. And he had the prettiest secretary, too, of any of the members. She was a college student at the University of Texas. So he knew how to pick them good. And so that's what I did. Now, there's another Paige. He was the governor's page. He was the son of the governor of Texas. And he and I became good friends. And he didn't have anything to do. He'd come and hang around over with us. And his name was Price Daniel Jr. His father was Price Daniel Sr. And so I hung out with him some. We'd go around the town, the downtown area of Austin. And I always stopped by Lamb's Candy and bought some candy. That was a big producer of candy in Austin. It's still there too. So yeah, that's where I spent my money. And every Friday I'd have to go pick up my homework and then turn that in the next week. So I enjoyed doing that. My father he was a union man. He's an electrician and a member of the Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, something like that. And he used to take us when we were little kids to all kinds of political events, you know, campaign rallies, and I think even had went to see the Pillsbury Doughboys, who were, I think, working for, was it Pappy O'Daniel? I think this was, yeah. So my father knew a lot of the politicians, and that's how, you can't just go and walk in there and say, I want to be a page. You have to be recommended by one of the members of the Senate or House of Representatives and stuff like that. So it's a prime job. I got to meet all these politicians, got to be friends with some of them, and so that was just for about 4 or 5 months when the House was in session. I think they may have extended it a little bit. So that was my first job, and it got me interested in politics. I've worked with, when I got out of the Navy, I came back and going to the University of Texas, and the young guy, Lloyd Doggett, he was running for a state representative in Austin, and I worked a lot in his campaign, doing various things that he needed done. His wife said, I see more of you than I do my husband. And so I did a lot of that. I worked in Lyndon B. Johnson's campaign. I worked in Jake Pickle, Ralph Yarborough. Ralph Yarborough was a long-time senator in the state of Texas. A damn fine man. One of the best, probably the best senators Texas has ever had in the Senate seat. So I worked in his campaigns a lot. My father knew him very well. A lot of these politicians, when my father would throw a party, they would come. So I was around politicians a lot and worked in campaigns and stuff like that. I enjoyed doing that. Unfortunately, Texas has some of the worst representatives and congressmen there are. But that's how I got my first job. I had fun. I learned a lot about state government, and I learned all about those tunnels underneath the Capitol. I can attest to that, as I've walked down all of them that run under the city of Austin and under the Capitol. Price Daniel Jr., he became, I think, the lieutenant governor. He was having some problems at home with his wife, and one night she shot him, killed him. She claimed that he was beating her and threatening her, and that's why she did it. I can't remember what, I think she did go to prison for a little bit. But if Price Daniel had gotten the governor's job, I might have gotten the job there. So that's about it. Y'all, it's still kind of, it's definitely cloudy. I don't know if we're going to get any more of that rain. Yesterday we had a hell of a rain come through. I mean, I could see lightning hitting right over here and loud booms and stuff. So we're getting a lot of good rain, which is a good thing for my yard. In case any of you want to see, there's my lobster claws and the powder puff tree. So we're working, doing some work to putting down some more mulch, that rice hull mulch in the new garden here. Uh, so things are continuing on. Uh, so y'all take care. Get your vaccines and take care of your family, take care of your pets, and I will see you again maybe tomorrow. I'm on the road here. I'm almost win the day. So, and that's without being able to go anywhere. So we'll see you again.